We'll take it to our backs into a full body stretch. Reach those arms and feet in opposite directions. Feel free to close your eyes. We're just gonna start with some deep breathing. Inhaling through the lungs. Exhaling slowly through the mouth. I like to take one hand to my chest, one hand to my diaphragm to feel my lungs inflate. Feel my diaphragm inflate. And exhale it all to the mat. Let's take 3 sets, inhaling for 4. 3, 2, 1. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and again. Inhale for 4. Hold for 5, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and again. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 5, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and take a deep inhale. Take a deeper inhale. One last time. Exhale it all out. Bring your knees into a ball, rock it side to side. Wake up the spine. Maybe you can take your knees out and in, start to just sway with it. Whatever feels right to you. We're gonna kick off with the 100. Inhale to prepare, bring your legs to tabletop. Take a deep exhale, curl the head and shoulders up. And pulse those arms. And let's inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale. And exhale, sink those abs down. And inhale, fill the lungs. And exhale, drop the abs, good. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, pulsing from those armpits. Feel free to straighten the legs if you've got it. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're keeping our lower back in contact with the mat. We're squeezing the tailbone, squeezing the glutes. And last time, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, and freeze. Bring those knees into your chest. Take another rock side to side. Bring it up to the seated position. We're gonna do the Pilates roll up. We're gonna start with some half roll backs. Anchor those heels, lift those toes back towards your shins. Put your hands out on the table in front of you. Tuck that tailbone under, roll back. You should feel the challenge to your core holding this position. Your tail is rounded under. We're gonna hold it here. Take some pulses if you want. You can take some switches. Channel that core connection for 4, 3, 2, exhale and lift. Good. We're gonna take it down a little further this time. And exhale, bring it up. Placing our spine 1 vertebrae at a time onto the mat, and then peeling it up the same way. You can do these slowly. I would recommend holding at the bottom every time, trying to send your abs deeper before you come up. Let's get 2 more. We're working for 6 to 8 repetitions of every exercise. And last time, take it as low as you feel you can go. Squeeze those knees together as you lift up. Good, we're gonna straighten our legs out in front of us now. Hands still on that table. Take it into a rounded spine position, just like someone punched you in the gut. And we're gonna roll all the way down to the lying position. Inhale as your arms come up. Exhale, roll yourself all the way up with control into that rounded spine position. Spine stays rounded forward the whole time. Abs go back. Lengthening the spine, reaching the crown of our head away from those heels. Inhale as the arms come up. Exhale, roll up. You can modify this by having a slight bend in your legs, if that makes it more accessible. You can also give yourself a gentle tug to get to that end range, depending on where you're at, with the ultimate goal to roll up with control. Inhale, lift. Exhale, roll. Working that spinal articulation. One more time. Again, 6 to 8 of your best reps. Exhale and lift. Take a stretch, forward fold. If you'd like to take some flat backs here, maybe point and flex one foot at a time, maybe roll through your ankles, options available to you. From this rounded spine position, we're gonna roll all the way down. Bring our palms to our side. Single leg circles are next. Bring one leg into your chest. I like to start with my bad side. Wiggle it back and forth. Curl your head and shoulders up. Look at that bottom foot. Flex it. Make sure it's right underneath your head. And then place your head and shoulders back on the mat. We're going to straighten and bend, keeping that knee in the same spot the whole time. Straighten and bend. If you can't go all the way straight, feel free to work up to your range of motion. And we're going to hold it straight as we flex and point for 4 and 3 and 2. Last one, straighten that leg all the way. Bring your palms to your side. Straighten that bottom leg. Let's pulse it towards our face for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and single leg circles. Cross it over your body. Circle it around and up. Cross, around and up. Using those abs to anchor both butt cheeks. Full shoulder blades pulled back towards the floor for 4. Exhale and lift. 3. Exhale and lift. 2. Last one. And switch the direction. Take it away from your center line. Scoop in and up with the abs. Press that belly button towards your spine. Press the arms into the mat for 4. And 3. And 2. Last one. Reach up to the ankle as high as you can. Curl your head and shoulders up, take a stretch. Head and shoulders go down, take a stretch. And bend that leg, shake it out. Switch sides. I like to take a big inhale and reach. Before I bring my next leg into my chest. Rock it out, wake up that hip. Curl your head and shoulders up, look down at that bottom foot. Make sure there's a strong flex there. Your leg is straight. It's reaching away from the crown of your head. Lower those head and shoulders back down, keeping your knee where it's at. Let's straighten and bend. And straighten and bend. Good job. Make sure we're holding it in the straightened position. Squeezing those muscles around our knee. Hold it there. Flex and point that foot for 4 and 3 and 2. Point it towards the ceiling and hold. Palms to your side. Let's get 8 pulses towards your face. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and single leg circles. Cross your body. Circle around and up. Cross, around and up. Exhale as you lift. Crunch with those lower abs every time for 4 and 3. Cross and lift. 2. Last one, switch the direction. Take it away from your center line. Pull the abs in and up. Pulling that belly button down towards the floor, anchoring both butt cheeks, moving from the abs for 3 and 2 and 1. 8 more pulses towards the back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Reach up and grab that ankle. Lift the head and shoulders, take a stretch. Lower the head and shoulders and relax. Bring both knees into your chest one more time. Open and close the legs. Shake it out however feels good to you. Rock it up for rolling like a ball. You may want to scooch forward on your mat at this point in your workout so that you don't rock off of your mat. Grab onto your shins. Hover those feet. And same thing in the half roll back where we tip down onto our tailbone. So it's a little bit more challenging to balance. We're pushing our knees into our hands. We're strong holding on here. We're not using momentum. We're focusing on control. We're going to inhale as we go back. Exhale as we rock it up. Inhale, take it back. Exhale and lift. Working to keep the same angle between our legs the whole time. So instead of lifting and flinging ourselves up with momentum, lifting with our abs. pushing our knees away from our face, but holding on with our hands to get us up to that seated position. If you have it available, you can straighten your legs, grab at the ankles. Keep those legs and arms straight and strong hold onto those ankles here. We're gonna sit back onto that tailbone. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, lift, open leg rocker. Inhale back. Exhale, find your balance. If this feels easy, dare I say, try to keep your head from hitting the floor. Only let those back ribs touch and really push through those legs to lift yourself all the way up. For 3. Give me 3 to 6 successful attempts here where you find that balance every time, whether you're doing rolling like a ball or open leg rocker. Find it and hold it. Let's close those legs. Hold it. We're going to transition to our back for the corkscrew. We're going to take a big circle to the right. Exhale and lift. Big circle to the left. Exhale and lift. Keep it going. Big circle to the right. Exhale, lift. And to the left. If you have it available, you can add the first half of the jackknife. Come up with your feet parallel to the floor. We want to avoid letting our toes drop. We want to stay nice and lifted. And then send ourselves off center for that corkscrew. Around and up. And again, tailbone grounded is a perfectly acceptable version of this very challenging exercise. So give it what you've got. Try to get 6 circles each direction. And bend those knees back into your chest, rock it up. We're gonna transition into the ab series of 5. The goal is to string this all together without letting your head and shoulders rest, but you can feel free to take a breather between every exercise as needed. The goal is to keep our mid-back pressed into the mat. We're avoiding any sort of arching this whole series. If you start to arch, take a breather, feel free to reset. All right, we're gonna transition from this ball position. We're gonna take our right hand to our ankle, our left hand to our right knee. We're gonna roll back and extend that left foot long. My knee is in line with my foot. Everybody wants to do this. This is not the exercise. We are reaching our foot out of our hip along the diagonal, and we are pulling our knee into our chest. We're getting a stretch across this back glute. Inhale, inhale, switch. Exhale, exhale, switch. Keep it going. In and switch. Out, out, and switch. Abs go down. Legs reach long. Keep it going. Switch. Switch. Abs are driving towards the floor. We're using our knee to pull our chest higher if we start to lose height in our shoulders. Our chin is lifted. Let's get 1 more each side. Bring both knees into the chest and take the opportunity to rest your head and shoulders. You can always add a little rock on your spine. Double leg stretch is next. We're going to grab onto our shins, nice and tight, and notice how taking your legs away from your body helps you lift your head and shoulders. So if you start to lose height, you can always regain it by lifting yourself manually with your arms. It's all part of using our core. All right, holding it here. We're gonna inhale and make a banana. Exhale, pull into that ball. Inhale, reach. Exhale, regain any height that you might have lost. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, return. Glutes and abs squeeze as you reach. Exhale the air out as you come in. Give me 6 to 8 perfect repetitions, driving your spine into the mat. Let's get 2 more. Exhale and pull. Last one. Exhale and pull. Take the opportunity to rest your head and shoulders. Maybe rock it side to side if you need it. Next will be scissors and lower lift. So the straight leg versions of the exercises we just did. Again, feel free to use that pull against your legs to help regain any height you might be losing in your chest. It is so important we avoid this upper back arch and we keep this core connection that we're building throughout the series. Okay, scissors. Straighten both legs up to the ceiling. Grab your right calf. Send your left leg to 45, not all the way down, to 45. We're gonna pulse this top leg in, and switch. In, and switch. Keep it going. Pulse, pulse, and reach. Pulse, pulse, and reach. Abs pull down towards the mat. Belly button sinks towards your spine. In, and reach. In, keep it going. Inhale, inhale, switch. Exhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, keep it lifted. Pulse, pulse, and switch. Pulse, pulse, and switch. For 4. And 3. And 2. Legs stay straight. Last 1. Both knees in. Rest your head and shoulders. Avoid the urge to do this, losing all of the work we've just done to stabilize our core. Try to keep this ball position as your rest pose between each ab exercise. All right, lower lift is next. You have 2 options for your hand placements. You can either place them behind your head with your thumbs under your jaw to support your head and neck, or you can place them down by your side, palms pressing into the mat. I personally find this position more supportive, but some people have a more sensitive neck, so feel free to choose what's best for you. Maybe experiment with both options. Okay, legs straight up to the ceiling. Take a deep inhale to prepare. Curl your head and shoulders up. We're gonna take our legs down 6 inches and exhale, lift. They go down. Inner thighs squeeze as they come up. You can find a Pilates V here with your feet to really utilize the inner thigh component of your lower abs. If you have it available, you can go a little lower. Exhale and lift. Our lower back stays in contact with the mat the whole time. Give me 6 to 8 perfect repetitions. And again, you have the option to bring those hands behind your head. Take it down. And exhale, lift. No pressure to go further than that 6 inches if you don't have it available. Ego lifting in Pilates is not what we're here for. Slow and deliberate, building our core. Last time. And exhale, lift. Bend those knees in, take a breather. All right, we've got crisscross to round out our ab series of 5. Drop your feet to the floor. Heels like you're gonna do a sit-up, a glute bridge, relatively close to your butt. We're gonna take those hands behind our head with our thumbs underneath our jawline. We're gonna curl it up. We're gonna exhale, rise and twist to the right. Inhale, come all the way down in the center. Curl it up, exhale, rise and twist to the left. Come all the way down through the center. Exhale, twist. Wring out those obliques, reach that armpit towards that knee. Reach the crown of the head towards the wall behind you. Exhale, armpit lifts and lower. I like to think about my elbow reaching towards the ceiling as opposed to doing this. And then flattening myself against the mat. Exhale, elbow lifts. Inhale, lower. If you have this available, you can do it in tabletop position. Rise and twist. And lower and lengthen. Rise and twist. And lower and lengthen. One final variation, you can add the opposite leg lower. And twist. Rise. And twist. One more each side. Wring out those obliques. And come all the way home. Last time, wring it all the way out. Come all the way home. Bend those knees in, take a breather. Good job. The ab series by itself is no joke. If you're going to do it outside of this classical repertoire, I recommend warming up with the 100, just to get your core right and tight before you start loading it. Okay, spine stretch forward. We're gonna bring our feet to the outside edges of our mat. If you're on a normal yoga mat on the floor, take your heels just outside the width of the mat. Straighten our legs all the way from the hips. Flex those feet, curl those toes back towards your shins. Reach your hands out in front of you. Take an inhale. Exhale, dive it forward. If you're feeling it in your hamstrings, you're probably doing this. We want to stay lifted with our hands, push our abs back, and feel the little nerve stretch down our spine. We'll inhale as we rise, stacking ourselves all the way up. Exhale, dive it forward. Inhale, stack yourself all the way up. This is always a nice little breather after the ab series. Dive it forward. Inhale, bring it up. Let's get one more. Exhale, dive it forward. Hold it there. And forward fold. You can sway yourself here. I find this is a nice stretch. Regain the activity through your arms and legs. Stack your spine all the way up. Good, we're gonna do spine twist next. Bring your feet together. Glue your feet together. So if you start to feel them sliding, you've twisted too far. We're gonna glue at the heels and at the balls. Hands behind our head, thumbs under our jawline, nice flat back. Pull those ribs in, pull those abs in. We're gonna inhale, rise and twist for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Other way, inhale, rise and twist for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise and twist. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise and twist for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Keep it going. Give me a couple more on each side. Again, 6 to 8 reps is what we're going for. I always feel this exercise through my obliques, my mid-spine, and my hip flexors, but you'll feel it wherever you need it. Alternatively, you can do it with your arms out to the side. I find it becomes too easy to do this. So just be mindful that we're reaching long and coming to center. Reaching long and coming to center. Good, let's flip it to our stomachs. Lying face down, we're gonna make a pillow for our forehead with our hands. We're gonna glue our forehead to our fingers. Heels pull together, legs are straight, almost so that your knees are lifted off the mat. Glutes are squeezed. And I want you to lift your abs up off the mat. Now notice I didn't do this or this. It's kind of a funky position. You squeeze your glutes, tuck your tail between your legs, hover the abs, and you'll see the change in my lower back. So lying relaxed, lying lifted. That's what I want you to find. It should feel like you're cinching a corset, pulling yourself nice and tight. Maintaining that position, we're gonna inhale, rise and lift the upper body for 4, 3, 2, and lower. Inhale, rise and lift for 4, 3, 2, and lower. Keep it going, lift for 4, and lower. Lift for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take 4 to 6 of these as they feel appropriate. You can take a pause in between each one to really channel that lower body lift. Check in with your form every time. Heels, knees, glutes, abs. Say it to yourself, heels, knees, glutes, abs. All right, we're gonna do another variation. We're gonna bring our hands under our armpits like we're gonna do a push-up. And again, heels, knees, glutes, abs. Hover your nose over the mat, lift just the hands 1 inch up, and now pulse them towards the ceiling for 8, 7, pinch those shoulder blades, for 4, 3, 2, hold it at the top, lift the upper body as much as you can, push those shoulder blades down, and then press up into a cobra stretch. With your knees and feet together, you might have this bent leg action that's going on. You might not be able to take the full expression. That's okay. Draw those elbows in towards your side, lower yourself to that maximum height. Lift those elbows a little higher, and lower yourself all the way down. Again, hover those hands 1 inch. Pulse it up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it at the top. Lift to your end range, then press into a cobra stretch. Hold it there. Draw those elbows in, lower yourself down. Lift as high as you can. Drive the tops of your feet into the floor. Push your shoulders down and lower. Good, we're gonna pop it up onto our forearms for double leg kicks. This is another opportunity to practice that ab lift. I'm almost like trying to squeeze my butt so tight, I can lift my hips completely up. That might not be totally realistic, it'll come with time, but we're focusing on that ab lift. It's really important we protect our lower back during these exercises. All right, we're gonna bring that right heel in and reach. Left and reach. Flex foot is okay. You can also do this with a pointed foot. Touch the top of the foot to the floor every time. Knees lift in the back, pulsing from our bottom half. Classic hamstring curl, if you've ever been in the gym doing hamstring curls. In, and reach. In, and reach, keep it going. Feet cramps happen here, so that's where the flex foot option always comes into play. And reach, and in, and reach. 2 more. Get long, abs stay lifted. Good. Let's push it back into a child's pose. I like my toes together, my knees apart. Feel free to stretch out your feet if they are cramping, or tuck them under and just reach long. Child's pose is a great position for breathing, so feel free to take a few deep breaths there. We have space between our legs for our diaphragm to expand, so we can really intake a lot of air and exhale. We also have our lungs, which sit at the back of our rib cage, fully prepared to inflate and sink. Once you feel satisfied with your child's pose and any deep breathing you did there, we're going to come back to the upright position, and we're going to line our backs in a glute bridge stance. So this is the setup for a series of exercises called shoulder bridge with our hips on high, which looks like this. We'll do some scissors, we'll do some bicycles. All that stuff is to come later. Today we're just going to start by practicing the glute bridge, keeping our hips lifted. We've done a lot of this in the studio, so this action of tucking that tailbone under and rolling through the spine should feel a little bit familiar at this point. This is an opportunity to continue honing it. So, reaching our arms long, anchoring our shoulders down onto the mat. We're going to tuck our tailbone, articulate through our spine, roll up into a glute bridge. Hold it there. And then cave our chest in, roll down all the way. Take a few of these. Rolling up and rolling down. And throughout this whole series, feel free to grab your emotional support ball, place it between your legs to help channel your inner thighs. Roll up and roll down. Take 6 to 10 glute bridges. Make sure they feel nice and cozy. And then we're going to lift all the way up and hold it at the top. I'm going to start with my left leg. I'm going to extend it towards the floor. You might not be able to reach this far, that's okay. We're going to lift it up, flex the foot, long, point, up, flex, long, point, up, flex, and point. 3 more, and reach, and 2, and reach, hips stay lifted, and reach that heel all the way down, drag it into your glute bridge and hold, and articulate through the spine to come down. Good. Shake it out. We're going to do the other side. The goal here is keeping our glutes squeezed and lifted and long across that front hip flexor. We're thinking about creating length in our body. Just like all of Pilates is lengthening and decompressing the spine, this will help you walk out of your workout feeling even taller. All right? Articulate through that tailbone. Bring it all the way up into your glute bridge. Reach that opposite leg to the floor. Lift and point, flex and lower, lift and point, flex and lower. Abs crunch on the way up, glutes squeeze on the way down for 3, and reach, and 2, and reach. Last time, and reach all the way to the floor, Drag that heel in, hold it up. And articulate through the spine to come down. Good. Bring those knees into your chest. Hold it on nice and tight. Rock it out. Beautiful. Come up to the seated position. We're gonna do neck pulls. It's one of my favorite exercises of all times. We're not actually pulling on our neck. So the name is a little misleading, but we are going to have our hands supporting our neck. Feet out in front of us, legs in parallel, so hip distance. You don't want to be too wide, it'll make it really hard to channel the inner thighs and the lower abs. So hip distance. Hands behind our head with our thumbs under our jawline. We're going to inhale, tip it back, growing as tall as we can. When we can't hinge anymore, we're going to tuck that tailbone, roll ourselves all the way down. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, roll up. Rounded spine, nose to knees. Stack the spine, come all the way up. Let's do it a few more times, because this can be a little confusing. Feel free to rewatch and repeat this. Also feel free to modify the roll up. Just like when we were doing half roll backs in the beginning, you can always bend your knees, flex your feet. You can always use your arms up. You can always give yourself a little pull with the thighs. It's good to know the full expression of the move. You can always work within what you've got available today and build up to it over time. So, again, sitting off of our sit bones, hinge back, grow taller and taller and taller, tuck that tailbone, reach those heels away from your head, elongate on the mat, inhale, exhale, roll up, drive those heels down, forehead to knees, stack the spine to come up. I'm gonna do 3 more. Reach those heels away from the crown of your head. Inhale as you get back. Exhale, roll up. Inhale to find that stack. Tip back, tip back, tip back. Tuck. Roll with control. Inhale. Exhale, bring it up. Last time. Again, 6 to 8 perfect attempts, 3 to 5 pretty solid attempts. Protect your lower back at all costs. If it's not happening today, that's okay. Hinge it back and reach. Exhale, roll up. Forward fold. Okay, let's get side kick series. Let's get some teaser. Let's get some planks, and then we'll be done. I think it's fun how the hardest exercises end up at the end of the workout. But it's because you prepared your core appropriately. All right, let's talk about side kick series. We're gonna start lying flat. And if you look down, I have a mirror underneath me. I see my feet are right underneath my head. It's almost like I'm standing on the wall. Also, we wanna keep this bottom oblique lifted. Our hips are stacked. We want to be drooped like this. We want to put our hip bones physically one on top of the other. Press that palm into the mat. I see this a lot. I see this a lot. If you're doing this, you're not using your upper body and helping yourself brace your core. Good. We're going to lift both of our legs and hold. Press that bottom oblique into the mat as much as you can. Rock back and forth a little bit. Make sure you're really stacked on top of that hip bone. And hold. Start to channel this connection to your center body. This movement is not about the legs, but about the abs and the glutes. The glutes are all a part of your abs. Pop your head up into your hand. Keep those legs lifted. Just hold for 4, 3, 2, double leg lifts for 4, 3, 2, hold it at the top for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hinge at those hips. Place your feet down at the front of your mat. If you're on a normal yoga mat, you'll take them slightly in front of the edge of your mat. Lift that top foot to hip height. We're gonna swing it front, front, and reach it back. Front, front, reach back. Make sure that you're not rocking your body forward as you reach back. Make sure we're staying nice and stacked. Your end range is wherever your glutes can get you without moving your upper body. Inhale, reach back. Exhale as you crunch. get 4 more. And 3. And 2. Last one. And reach. Bring that foot right on top of your bottom foot. Give it a strong flex, and moving from the hip, we're gonna externally rotate and internally rotate, like a doorknob at the heel. Turn in, turn out. For 4, glute squeeze, and 3. Glute squeeze, and 2. Last one, keep those toes pointing towards the ceiling. I want 5 circles to the front. Heels touch every single time. 4, 3, 2, to the back. Those heels touching is that inner thigh work. That's what connects us to our abs. 2 more. Last one, hold it up there. That bottom leg is gonna come up to meet it for 8, 7, 6, keep those abs engaged. 5, 4, inner thigh squeeze, and squeeze. Hold them both up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, relax. Shake it out. Good job. Okay, the transition I like for this series is to come up through a tabletop, or eventually a full teaser, and then transition to my other side. Stack your body at the back edge of your mat. Head is long along your arm. Palm down, elbow lifted. Again, none of this, none of this. Strong. We're gonna lift both legs. Just hold them there. Start to anchor your bottom oblique to the mat. Feel those hips stacked. Maybe rock back and forth and notice that you are stacked on your hip bones. And just hold. Good job. Let's lift our head into our hand, keeping ourselves nice and supported. We're gonna do double leg lifts for 4, 3, 2, hold it at the top for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hinge at those hips, place those feet down. Again, just in front of your yoga mat, if you're at the back edge, anchor that bottom pinky toe. Lift that top foot to hip height. Let's swing it front, front, and reach back. Front, front, inhale, reach back. Again, center body movement, squeezing with the glute. We're not rocking ourselves back and rocking ourselves forward. We're keeping the upper body exactly where it's at. You'll have a good side, you'll have a bad side. Might be more obvious which one's which, but over time they will start to even out. Let's get 4 more. Exhale, exhale, inhale, reach, legs straightened. Abs pull in and up. 2 more. Last one. Inhale as you reach. Stack those legs, flex that foot. Let's get that external rotation, internal rotation. Moving from that hip joint every time. Squeeze and lower, and squeeze and lower. For 4, and 3, and 2. Hold it there. Toes lifted towards the ceiling, straighten that leg. Let's get 5 perfect circles to the front. Heels touch every time. 3, and 2. Last one, switch directions for 5, and 4. Keep that external rotation. 2. Lift that leg up and hold it. 8 lower leg lifts from that inner thigh. 8, 7, almost there. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's hold it up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Good job. Shake it out. Take another child's pose. Again, another opportunity for some deep breaths. Inhale through the lungs, inhale through the diaphragm, exhale, sink. This can feel like a nice little glute stretch. If you would like some spinal articulation in your workout, this is totally optional. This isn't part of the mat circuit, but it does feel nice, and it is something I have found helpful in some of the other things that we do on the apparatuses in the studio. So I like to come from here, rock up into a cow position, cat position, the one where your back is lifted towards the ceiling. Drop that head, look towards the wall behind you. Just rock back and forth. Good. And then we're gonna shift it into a flat back. So I'm lifting my head, I'm arching from my tailbone, coming up into this position. The cow, goes back and lifts. Our shoulders are long. I'm imagining pushing my shoulder blades into my back pockets. My arms are straight. And then you can start to combine these two. So come up into that angry cat position, rock it down, come up into that cow position, rock it down, and then you can start to smooth it out into more of a body wave, which is just the street way to say spinal articulation, which is what we're doing here. Rounding it up, and down, and up, and down. Completely optional, feel free to play with that, feel free to take any other stretches that feel good. We've got teaser, we've got planks, we've got a little finisher, and then we'll be done. Okay, on our backs, if you want an emotional support ball for this, I find it very helpful. You can also do it with no support. All right, we're gonna start with some negatives. I'm gonna show you the full move first, and then we'll break down the components. We're gonna eventually be going from a lying position all the way up into our teaser, reaching for those toes. Abs are pulling away from the thighs. We're gonna open up like a clamshell evenly, letting our heels and shoulders hit, then taking our arms up overhead. First version of this, and you can do whichever version you like for 6 to 8 perfect repetitions. First version is a negative. We're gonna find a tabletop with our toes at eye level. If you have a full teaser and you wanna take it, you can also do this from a full teaser. You can reach up towards your toes, find your balance. We're gonna tuck that tailbone under, open ourselves up, heels and shoulders hit, and extend long. I like to get into my next rep by bringing my knees in, rocking it up, finding that hold, and then opening up. Option to keep the arms long, and then bring them overhead, also allowed. Let's get one more negative. It's also a good warm-up if you're still relatively new to teaser. And you can do any combination of these arms and legs, as long as we're opening with control, letting our heels and shoulders hit, and then taking our arms overhead. Okay, let's take a full teaser if you got it. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lift the arms and legs. Find your balance in that V. You can also lift to a tabletop teaser. Totally acceptable. We're gonna hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, lower down, heels and shoulders hit. Inhale, reach. Exhale, teaser up. Use your exhale to find your balance. If you've got it, you can take arm circles here. 3, and 2, and 1. Lift up, and lower. You also have the option to work on your single leg teaser, so you can have your legs bent like you're gonna do a sit-up. The closer your heels are to your butt, the more challenging it will be. The further your heels away are, the further your heels are from your butt, the more accessible this will be. So you can practice this with both feet down. Inhale, just like the roll-up. Exhale, reach for that seat. You can also do negatives from this position. Inhale, up. Exhale, reach. That's feeling good. At the top, straighten one leg, glue your knees together. This is where the ball can be very helpful to help you use those inner thighs. Reach towards that toe, curl the tailbone, come all the way down. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, teaser. Hold it there. You can also add those arm circles in this position. Good job. Switch at the top. If you can, find your balance, come through tabletop in the center. Tuck that tailbone under. Arms come all the way overhead. Inhale, exhale, teaser up. Hold it. And again, option to add those arm circles for 3 and 2. Keeping the hands in the periphery the whole time. Last one, hold it there. If you're doing this variation, try to take a teaser and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, lower all the way down and stretch. Whew. Good job. Teasers are no joke. Take 6 to 8 high quality reps of whichever version of teaser you would like. Now that you've seen all of the options, feel free to experiment with different ones. Ego lifting in Pilates, like I always say, is pushing something that you may not be ready for, and that's okay, because you're gonna get a great workout either way. A more intense movement doesn't yield a more intense result unless you're doing it properly. If you're doing it improperly, you will get a more intense result in the wrong direction. We don't want that. So be cautious with your body, be careful with your back, make sure that the abs are staying engaged the whole time, and don't be afraid to only do 1 or 2 reps, or maybe 1 or 2 of your best attempts in the version that is most accessible to you. We'll also work on teaser in the studio on the reformer. We'll also work on it on the roll down bars, so that will not be going away anytime soon. All right, let's finish out with planks and then send you on your way. Come into the tabletop position. And I'm going to count you through this. You can do this as many times as you'd like. I'm going to do once each side. I would recommend repeating this cycle probably 2 or 3 times, depending on how you're feeling with your plank. Okay, from that tabletop position, pull those ribs in, squeeze those abs. Nice neutral position. Left knee comes into your chest, round your spine and hold for 4. 3, 2, 1. Send it back, tuck it under. Lift that other knee into your chest for 4. 3, 2, 1. Find your plank, heels together, glutes are squeezed, abs are lifted for 10. 8, 6, for 4. 3, 2, right knee comes in, stays lifted, hold for 4. Send it back, set it down, left knee comes in for 4. 3, 2, 1, send it back. Notice you might have ended up like this. A lot of times when we bring our knee in, we'll set it straight down and we end up in this like crunch position. If that happens, just adjust, find your neutral spot. Also feel free to utilize a mirror to just make sure that you're in the proper flat back position for this exercise. Okay. Oh, and also a reminder, shift your armpits over your hands. Just like on the reformer, when we are feeling almost kind of like we're gonna fall over the edge, I want you to create that same sensation in your body. So, energy through all 10 fingertips. Let's start with the other side. Right knee comes into your chest and hold for 4. 3, 2, 1. Send it back, tuck it under. Left knee lifts for 4. Send both legs back, heels connect, glutes squeeze, abs stay tight for 10. 8, 6, 4, 3, 2. Left knee comes in on 1. Hold for 4. Send it back, set it down. Right knee comes in. Hold for 4. And 1. Set it down. Feel free to take another child's pose stretch. Again, I would recommend going through that circuit at least 2 times, if not 3. If you want to hold plank on your forearms, you can also do this from this position. Knee comes in, knee goes out, knee comes in, knee goes out. Avoid the hips lifted, avoid the shoulders back, shift your weight forward, tuck your tailbone under, pulling the abs up towards the ceiling the entire time. Okay, let's do a little finisher, and let me know what you think of this video next time you're in the studio. If you have any questions, we can always build on this stuff in our sessions or in our group classes. Okay, from this tabletop position, tuck those toes under, hike your hips up into a downward dog. And if you've done push-throughs on the push-through bar, which I know we have, you've felt this chest expansion, pushing your chest, your head through your arms. Really take that stretch. You can walk your feet wide so that your heels are flat. You can shift your hips side to side. You can pedal your feet out. Maybe you rise up onto the toes and lower. Try to lift the toes. Whatever feels good to you. Start to get comfortable being upside down. You might feel similar to elephant, similar to a few other exercises we've done in the studio. That's good. I want you to walk your heels together. Find your Pilates V. Your knees can bend if you don't have the flexibility for this. That's okay. Heels together. And then you're going to walk yourself back until your heels are on the floor. Now bend your knees. Heels stay in contact with the ground. I don't have great Achilles mobility, but some people can go down comfortably and keep their heels anchored. If that's you, do it. Keep your head dropped, looking towards your thighs, towards your heels. Press those heels down. Staying in this forward fold, straighten your legs as much as you can. It's okay if your arms lift up. If they're on the floor, that's fine too. You can relax into it. And bend those knees again. Keep those heels anchored. Go as low as you have available. Press those heels down, straighten those legs. Let's get one more plie. Bend those knees, and the knees are over the toes. They're not going wider or more narrow. They're over the toes. And straighten those legs out. I want you to squeeze your glutes, lift up from your abs, so like there's a little balloon under your belly button pulling you up. We're gonna hold our fingers towards the floor, looking at our thighs, and just drape those arms into some circles for 4, 3, 2, other direction for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get one more down and up. Bend those knees over those toes. You can take it all the way down this time. I like to pop it into parallel. Lift up all the way onto my toes, and then take a little ball pose. Just challenge myself to find my balance here. You can spot something on the floor as a way to help give yourself a cue. If you have it available, you can close your eyes. Challenge your muscles in a new way. Good. Place those hands flat. Bring those heels back together. Press them down, straighten the legs. And curl that tailbone under. Shift your weight into your toes. It should almost feel like you're gonna fall forward as you roll all the way to standing. And shake it out. Awesome job with this circuit. Give it a try. Let me know how it goes. This can be done before a workout, in conjunction with a workout, independently. I always recommend like a 30-minute incline walk on the treadmill after you finish a Pilates circuit. And feel free to utilize this video if you're ever not in the gym or you have to get a home or a hotel workout in. This is for you. Enjoy it. Let me know what you think.